Yeah, Matt. Okay.
Okay.
Bold idea. Okay.
Okay.
We record it Tuesday night.
I can do that. Yeah, sure.
Feeling a little crazy?
Feel a little
We're
wild.
feeling crazy. Let's go.
Feel a little wild. Yeah.
Crazy. Oh
my God. Unprecedented.
Has anyone seen my dog?
Welcome to the Lads AM podcast, a show for those late night ramblings you only get when the rest of the world is asleep. This show is available in both podcast and Let's Play form. Check out our social media to find out how to listen the way you want to. Tonight, we are playing Power Wash. Wait for it. Simulator.
So, how you guys doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
You want to talk about the reason we're doing on Tuesday?
Minecraft. It's the 2-week Minecraft phase, boys. It's real.
It is officially the.
It is here.
Minecraft
It's
phase.
officially here. All the gamers are here. And you know what's great? I'm actually having fun this time.
Dude, you know what else is great is that I won't say for the first time because it's definitely not the first time, but like I had a dream about how this Minecraft world would go. And almost immediately, all of you were like, Rob, that is an amazing idea. And we just started putting it all together, and it's awesome.
Oh, you mean our jungle biome having
Our 4-tree city, yeah.
our 4-tree city? No, it's good, man.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we could have planned a little better, made everyone's house at the same level.
Nah.
We could have done a little bit of prep
But
work.
here's the thing, is like, if it was uniform like that, then it wouldn't have character to it, okay? It would look way too, like, rigid, and it wouldn't be as, like, flexible as a town like that would be, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So no, I love that our houses are all at different Y levels. I have a restaurant that is close to being opened. There is a lot of food that you can make in the game, including meals that I had to Google what they were.
Wait, what were some that you had to Google?
Let me take a look at my list. There were 2 in particular I had to Google. They are. I'm probably gonna mispronounce it. Borscht.
Borscht?
Borscht.
Yeah, borscht.
You know what that is?
I've heard of it.
And then goulash.
Goulash. I feel like I've heard of that one too.
Yeah, I know goulash, I think.
I couldn't tell you what it is.
One of them I remember was a Ukrainian dish, and the other one was like a Bulgarian dish.
Borscht.
But yep, I've made my menu in a Google Docs. So we have a section for drinks, soups, stews, and salads, sandwiches, and burgers. I'm probably going to split entrees into vegetarian entrees and regular entrees because we got a lot of vegetarian options. A whole section just for Mexican food. Side orders, the breakfast menu, our appetizers, and then our plenty of desserts and our seafood. Obviously not in that order, but...
Rob, you know that if this was a Kitchen Nightmares episode, he would be like, you have way too much stuff on your menu.
Yes.
Dude,
Yes,
I
do.
Never mind. I have an idea.
Why, are you gonna do Kitchen Nightmares on my restaurant?
I'm gonna get George what's his name?
George A. Ramsay?
Yeah, I'm gonna get him a Chef Ramsay skin. I'm gonna have him go through your restaurant.
Oh my god. You know what's really funny, Matt?
Yeah.
Is not currently, but earlier today, I had a chest that was labeled meats, and in it was raw meat and cooked meat, and I was like, damn, Ramsay would not be happy right now.
Also, you just have raw meat in a wooden box. No refrigeration.
There's no.
At
I
all.
looked it up. There's no refrigerator in the mod
Wow.
because I wanted to.
Hmm.
Maybe there's like
You
a.
just
Maybe I typed it in wrong. Maybe it's like fridge instead of refrigerator or something. But
you just put a chest on top of an ice cube.
honestly, that I might do. Call it an ice box.
Go for it. Oh no, just put a bunch of ice inside the chest with it.
Oh my god.
Like
Smart.
the perimeter of it.
Smart.
You know, Minecraft is good. And I went ahead and made the mod pack this time instead of just getting one.
Yeah, I think this worked. I think this worked out really well.
Yeah, because I didn't like the current trend of mod packs, which is like, here's a book that describes the entire mod, follow it, make this next thing, follow the progression, and then you finish it and you're like, what should I do? And I'm like, I don't know. So I just put a bunch of mods together that I thought were cool. The main one being proximity chat, which I really like.
You know, I didn't think I was gonna like the proximity chat with a smaller Discord. And I still don't think it's perfect, but it's working better than I thought it would, so I apologize, Matt, for airing my doubts to you.
I just think it's really funny. It's really fun. Like you can kind of, you're just doing your own thing. And then now if it's like, oh, I need to go ask Rob something, I literally have to go and be like, hey, Rob, where are you? I have to go find you. Or sometimes just walking by people. I was like, hey, how's it going? Hey, what's up? Nah, it's really cool. It works really well with the mod that makes sounds react to where you are. So if we're like all in a cave, we're all echoey and stuff.
Yeah.
Nah, it's really cool.
Or like you're muffled if you're trying to talk to someone behind a tree.
Yeah.
But it's really muffled. Like you can literally like barely understand what they're saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into the configuration, see if I can make it like not one block that separation.
Right.
There might be something like that.
On
But I
that
do
note,
like.
yeah.
Oh no! I just think it's funny when someone like walks into their house and they're like, "All right, so this is where." It's really funny.
I kind of slow up. I can't hear you.
On that note, though, Dustin, you don't have a base shot, do you?
No.
You gotta get your house set up, and then
Yeah, I gotta hop in at some point.
yeah. Well, we have 5 of our houses currently hooked up with bridges. Mine, Matt's, George's, Zach's, and Tessa's. Fanning's, I think we're gonna either Georgia and Fanning are doing now while we're doing the pod, or we'll do it tomorrow. And then does Stanley have a piece?
No,
And then
Did he even hop
Stanley and
in
Dustin
the
don't.
Duskcraft yet?
Yeah, Stanley's been in.
Oh, okay.
he came in today and did some work for me. Because I was building the place where I put the enchantment table, and I needed a lot of jungle log. And he walked up and he was like, "Matt, I see you have diamonds. Can I have some diamonds for manual labor?"
Oh
and I'm
my
like,
god.
I will give you a diamond per 2 stack of log you provide me.
Wow.
And he said, okay. And he got me as much as I needed. It came out to like 4 diamonds.
Nice.
And it was like, hey, that was work I didn't need to do.
Meanwhile, I go mining for iron and just stumble upon 20 diamond. I'm going to say it. Diamond in Minecraft, not that rare anymore.
No, it's really not. I made my strip mine and I came out with like 40.
Here's the thing. It's not as rare, but it is way more dangerous.
If you're, unless you do what I did.
Yeah, if you strip mine, then you're fine, but strip mining is weak.
I don't know. Compare our death totals. Someone's died like 10 times just today.
Dude, I don't want to talk about half of those deaths. I kept getting more and more frustrated. Well, the majority of those deaths were such utter bullshit.
No, it was okay. Dustin, for context, here's
Yep.
kind of what we were doing. We need string. We needed a lot of string because the bridges require string.
Got
The
it.
only way to get string is from spiders. We have a spawner. I said spawn spiders, and the smart way would be to build a kind of a contraption that funneled the spiders that spawned into one area that you kill them very easily, and then you get the rewards from it.
But that's fun.
What we decided to do was put the spawner in a dark room so they would spawn the spiders, each stand in a corner, wait for them to spawn, and then attack them.
And you know what, Matt? Not a single one of my deaths was from those cave spiders.
Well, yeah. Well, you would wait until you got to like half heart, run out of the room, and then get shot by a skeleton. I was just waiting for you.
Well, why was the skeleton that quick on the draw?
Because I don't know. They
It's their thing.
Yeah, that's what they do. Like, oh no, I'm really low. It would literally be, oh, I'm out, low health, and then be like, Rob has been shot by a skeleton.
I think the one that pissed me off the most was I was heading back to get my stuff, and I was at 2.5 hearts. And all of a sudden, the server does what it had been doing to me all day, decides, nah, you're no longer connected to the server. I'm like, cool. So it disconnects me from the server, and I'm thinking to myself, if I reconnect and it says I'm dead, I am going to be so aggravated. Sure enough, I reconnect, it says I'm dead, and then it just refuses to let me respawn. And it takes like a solid minute before I can even disconnect.
No,
And then I disconnect, and then I'm finally able to reconnect. But yeah, it was very frustrating.
Oh, I could tell it was frustrating.
Yeah, I might have lost my temper. I met in Georgia at one point.
Dustin, he was so mad at us.
Well,
Mad at you
So-
guys.
Okay,
Well,
so
can I say things from my perspective at least?
Your perspective? Sure, go for
My
it.
perspective, I died, my shit's all over the ground, there's enemies all over there, Matt and Georgia are nearby, I say, can you guys help me? And the two of them are standing there looking at me doing nothing. And then I die again.
Okay, so your perspective is that you're blind.
No!
Yeah, where was I?
You
Where
were up
was I?
there, I think, next to Georgia.
So in your head, you saw me. You saw my character.
Okay. I think you're right. I don't remember seeing you. Okay. Where
Okay,
were you?
Because
Either way, I said I needed help and I did not see you responding.
because you didn't see me at all because I had encased myself in cobblestone eating bread because I was on half a heart. Which is why I don't even think I even heard you because you were probably muffled. I probably didn't even hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the whole time, George was firing arrows at the monsters that were attacking you.
Wow.
And he's getting all mad at us for not doing anything. And we're like, brother, what are you talking about?
Well, either way, it was a tense situation. I can
Yeah,
acknowledge that
You know what? It all happened in the heat of the moment.
exactly.
Passion makes us do crazy things, Jumbo. No, we got there. We got there regardless.
But yeah. Matt found his long lost parrot.
Oh, you lost
yeah.
it?
Yeah, so that parrot that I got on our long walk there,
Mhm.
we were building the bridges, and a parrot just kind of flies up, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. Parrot just kind of, and then I like right clicked it, and it sat, meaning it was my parrot. And I'm like, where have you been? You're supposed to teleport to me if I get like 20 blocks away. It's been days, dude.
I think one of my favorite things from playing Minecraft today, though, was we start working on the bridges. And first bridge that me and Matt are working on is connecting his house to my restaurant. And as we're working on the rope bridges, we hear this weird noise. Do you have any way of describing him that? Because I don't know how I would describe it.
It sounds like you're trying to cut wood with a very dull saw.
Yeah, like a noise like that, okay?
Okay.
And we're just like, what is causing this noise? And eventually, we're with Zach and Georgia, they hear it too, and they're like, yeah, we don't know. And we come up with like a number of theories, including but not limited to Matt's blue parrot appeared around the same time, so maybe the parrot was imitating the sound from somewhere.
Oh, that's not even.
The
thing is, I heard the sound hours ago.
Oh well,
and I kept asking people if they heard that noise, and they kept saying no. Like, what noise? And I'm like, I feel like I was going crazy. And then suddenly people start hearing the noise, and I finally feel validated. Like, oh, I'm not crazy. They're hearing it too.
So we're going with that. Then I'm thinking that it's caused by the rope bridge. I didn't realize that you had heard it hours before then, Matt. I thought we were just now hearing it for the first time together.
It was first time for everyone else.
So we thought it was the rope bridge. Eventually, we come to the realization that the cause of the noise, you ready for this, Dustin? Tess, when she made her house, her doors are like, you know, the like a dojo sliding doors.
The screen doors in anime, Dustin. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We're weebs. We know we've seen those before. We've thought about putting them in our room.
Yeah. She made those doors for her house, and they were making the noise every time you open and close them.
So they were just walking through the doors a bunch.
Tess was just opening and closing her door and walking through it, and we're all goddamn losing our minds. And Matt was the only one who heard it, because Matt's house is the closest to Tess's.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's why Matt's been here longer.
Yeah.
Mine's the closest one.
Yeah, because like I spend most of the day working on my farm, which is like quite a ways away. So yeah, that was our amazing Minecraft. We will be playing it for probably about another week and a half. We haven't even talked about trying to get to the end. Like, that's how much fun we've been having just doing what we're doing.
Well, also, it doesn't help that we have mods that make the end in the Nether insane. So it's not, and the normal end is bad. No, not end. Normal Nether is bad now. It's with all the new biomes. Now there's like crazy monsters and structures in there.
I don't like the Nether in normal Minecraft. I haven't really messed around too much in the Nether in this. So.
I know there's giant jellyfish. We found giant jellyfish.
I remember because when we were experimenting in creative, I think 3 of us died to one exploding.
That's Minecraft.
Alrighty then.
Another thing our friend group had going for us, we finished Your Lie in April.
Oh my god.
Well, we're acting like Matt and Georgia did every time we talked about Your Lie in April now.
Happy April. If you haven't finished your rewatch or you haven't watched Your Lie in April yet, do not continue.
I will say right now, probably my favorite anime now.
Fucking go, man.
Now that I've had time to reflect upon it, I mean, it's going to be really close for me between that and Assassination Classroom. And it's funny because I love both of them for, like, very different reasons. Because they're just so different from each other.
Mm-hmm.
But I can definitely see why you enjoyed it as much as you did, Matt.
It is number 2.
Oh, I thought you always said it was number 3.
No, number 3 is Konosuba.
Oh, okay.
Number 3, and then Love is War is number 1.
But yeah, you had already said that if you haven't watched it to stop. So I'm gonna freely talk about it. Yeah, no, that ending is heartbreaking.
Yeah, that was rough.
Here's the thing: is like the only thing Matt told us going into it is that the ending was like super sad.
Yeah, that's the only thing I ever knew.
So like,
Your Line April that was really
I just
sad.
said I just said that I cried.
well, yeah, but like, you don't cry. I don't think you're the kind of person who cries much. So like, if you're crying, especially on rewatches, that tells me that it has to be sad.
I also just knew as an anime fan that Your Line April is famously sad.
Famously set up there with like Clannad and
Your
other
Name.
ones.
Well, Your Name
I
is
don't know any of those.
Your Name's a little different, but
either way, so watching the first like third of the anime, I think both me and Dustin started putting the pieces together of what the ending was probably going to look like.
yeah, especially when Stanley spoiled it for me.
Oh no.
You did what?
He kind of spoiled it for me a little bit.
What did he say?
I don't remember exactly when, but you and him were joking about like a Rugrats version of Your Line April. Because like it's like, oh, and because we have a Your Line April season 2 joke running thing.
Yeah.
So then Stanley said like, oh, the season would actually be a prequel, would be when they're all babies, like a Rugrats thing. And then Stanley goes, oh yeah, no, they're all good because the girl won't have cancer.
They never say that.
I was going to say, it's never explicitly stated.
Yeah, but now I know she was going to get sick. That hadn't been
True.
revealed yet.
Okay, yeah.
I don't care about diagnosis. I just didn't know she was going to be sick.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is before we saw signs of her sickness.
Luckily, he literally said like right before the episode that she collapsed, so it wasn't too bad. But I was like, oh, I guess I know why. I know why it's sad now. Cool.
But either way, we start piecing together, and in my mind, I'm like, oh, well, I now know why it's sad. Therefore, it won't be as sad for me. I won't cry. And Matt, you always say that the last episode makes you cry. I'm pretty sure I was crying by the third to last episode.
Yeah.
Like, those last 3 episodes, I was glued, muted so that, like, I wouldn't be heard. Like, no, like, full-on sobbing, but, like, tears in eyes. Like, damn, this is depressing. I'm more just, like, speechless than anything.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, God damn, this is depressing. Also, the twist at the end, I was not expecting.
What
Her having essentially manufactured this.
Oh, right. Yeah.
From the very beginning.
Yeah.
I was not expecting in the slightest.
Yeah.
The titular lie in April.
And the entire time I thought the titular lie was going to be, oh yeah, my sports guy friend, he's at practice, he's totally not blowing you off.
No, I thought the lie was just what they said on the tin, which is just about musicians. I extrapolated it to be people lie to themselves all the time about their feelings. So, like, I thought, yeah, when they had the conversation, it was about people lying to themselves about let me rephrase that. The conversation they had was about musicians lying to themselves about how nervous they are when performing. I extrapolated it to be people in general lie to themselves about how they feel all the time. Because a decent amount of the show is just balancing the love relationships between these kids. And, like, almost all of them are lying to themselves about how they truly feel about each other. So I thought that the lie in April was just it was more just a metaphor for everyone's lying to themselves regarding their feelings for each other. But for her to that letter is so well written. For her to perfectly explain, no. I never loved him. I was always in love with you. But I knew that she was also in love with you. And I needed a way in but I also knew I was sick. Like, she's over here, like, playing 4D chess almost.
I mean, it was also well written because they all talk like poets.
Well, yes.
Yeah,
That
that is one little.
Like, what's even
I don't know that it
crazier...
gets the show, obviously, but it's still really funny how everyone talks in sonnets.
I mean, yeah, I do. I
would
like
never
it.
take away points from that. It's like, that's the artistic vision they wanted, but it's still kind of funny
You know
hearing it
what?
sometimes.
Oh my god, I'm gonna tear up now because I just now had a realization that I had not made beforehand.
I have a couple of realizations for you that I don't know if you know.
Alright, well, let me
Where-
say this one, okay?
Yeah.
So, when she makes this whole plan, right?
Yes.
She is 100% planning on dying.
She knows that it's probably gonna happen. Yeah.
No. It's not
Just
even that she
because-
knows. Her plan basically is I'm gonna play with him before I die.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And she says she loves him, and it's not until she realizes that she has a genuine shot with him that she's like, I want to do this crazy surgery.
I don't know if it's necessarily a shot romantically.
That's
I
how
think
I
it's-
kind of get it. Is sure, even if not romantically, she realizes he wants to continue playing with me.
Yes. He is the one. She directly says it. She's like, "You're the reason that I'm still doing this," because originally she wasn't going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like even knowing now though, like she got more than she wanted out of the friendship, basically.
Definitely, yeah.
Like she was hoping to do like one performance with him, and I think by the time that she elected to do the surgery, I think because here's the thing. I talk about the characters lying about their feelings. I think she's the one character who was fully in tune with how they felt. I think the moment she decided to have the surgery was when she realized 100% that he did have feelings for her as well.
It's pretty obvious.
Anyways, you said you have realizations that we might not have made.
Can I see a
Oh.
real quick one, little
Oh.
baby one that I had as
Yeah,
well?
yeah.
That in the first opening, they started off with like a shot of all four of the characters of like running around or something, and the blonde girl falls down.
Yep. That is another one.
Oh, are you
She literally-
serious?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it just
she literally-
pisses me off every time I see it now.
Yeah, she literally falls. I don't know if one thing Georgia was telling me about, he realized at this time that over the course of the anime, she gets a lot more pale.
Yeah,
I noticed that.
Her hair and her
She-
face.
yeah, she was getting
Yep.
real gray towards the end.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's the other realization you think about is that she kind of does die without ever actually knowing, like, that he felt that he loved her as well. He never
I
does
think
actually
she
manage to
did.
just-
I get the feeling that she
There is
did
a
know
huge
it.
difference. There is a huge emotional difference between thinking that and realizing how much he actually cared about her.
I guess.
There's a very big difference there. They are not the same thing. They're also all just stupid anyway. Kids don't realize that shit. Unless you're the kid. Unless you're the other friend. I forget his name. I can
The
never remember
soccer
his-
player?
Yeah. I can't remember his name. Unless you're him.
I love that dude.
I don't know any of their
great.
names. I still do not know like the name of the main character or the piano player. I'm so bad with names in the anime.
Kaori and Kosei.
I'll forget that in 5 minutes. What is it? Calorie?
Calorie?
Kaori.
Yeah, no. That's why I stopped talking. I was like, it's not calorie. What is it?
Calorie.
Kaori.
Calorie.
Try saying calorie without the L.
Calorie. Calorie.
There you go.
Calorie.
And then Kosei
Kosei.
Arima.
Kosei. Okay.
It's crazy not knowing. There's literally a scene where it's like Kosei, Arima, Arima, Kosei. Everyone says his name for a solid 30 seconds.
And I'm just like, who?
Is that is that the one with the scarf?
No, that's Mikasa.
That's
Oh my
Mikasa.
god. Hey, Mikasa is Tsukasa.
She's the one with the potato, right?
Oh,
Dude, I know Attack on Titan characters now.
Yeah.
Yeah, most recent rewatch, learned who Jean was.
that was one you could never get down.
Dude, I got Jean down now, Dustin.
That's good. I'm glad to hear.
But no, I know pretty much all the main characters now in the Attack on Titan.
Congratulate. Good. Glad
I can think of characters who I do not remember the names of, but they're like characters who are only in like a couple episodes max.
That's fair, yeah.
Like what's who?
The black guy.
Oh fuck.
Interesting.
Oh
Mm,
shit.
I knew it right
Shit,
away.
shit, shit.
So I don't know about this.
It's oh man. I remember his name is long. It's like 9 letters or something.
I never counted, but I'll take your word on it.
It's a longer name.
It is.
I want to say it begins with an N, but I'm probably wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'm probably going to be accused of being racist. So,
Mm.
I can't tell you how to spell it. I'll be honest.
well, how do you pronounce it? What is it?
Ony-
Anya Capone.
Oh yeah,
Starts with an O.
yeah, not
Oh.
N. Second letter is an N.
Yeah.
Onion.
Yeah,
Like an onion. Onion Capone. Onion Kaplan.
hmm But yeah, no. What other realizations? Anything else?
I'm trying to think if there's anything.
I will say, watching the show, I had some wild theories that were
Yeah,
going
you
on.
They were very wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where you.
And Matt and I were just like, what are you talking about?
What? I'm like, I've watched this anime like 3 times, like 3 times all the way through. No, I cannot think of any instant. I've
Well, I
seen.
think the one that I think I had the biggest belief in was that, especially knowing, because, like I said, going into the show, there were only like 2 things that I knew with certainty. The anime was sad, and that for one reason or another, there was definitively not a season 2 ever going to happen. That's like the only 2 things I knew. So,
Okay. That's-
once I realized that she was sick and she was probably going to die, and I realized all that, my immediate first thought is, oh my god, is the main character going to kill himself?
Jesus Christ.
Well, here's the thing. He had a very hard time handling the loss of his mom. And he finally starts playing again, only to experience basically the same level of loss again. I was worried that he was going to crack under pressure. You know what? And I haven't told you guys this, but like, I even had a specific theory on how he was going to do it.
Yeah.
Can I just say I'm kind of don't want to know.
You don't?
Kind of don't.
Why?
It feels weird.
Well, I feel like I need to say it though.
Fine, go for it.
Matt Deffin.
We got like
Dude's gonna pull up some Danganronpa type shit. I'm gonna
no
be
no
like,
no no no.
"What?"
We just kept having quite a few important scenes happen right at that train crossing area.
He's gonna throw himself in front of a train.
I did. I was nervous. Because
Also,
that,
like how-
that train area came up like every 2 or 3 episodes. I was like, this is a key place. They are setting it up like that they are here all the time.
I also like how you just said that, you know, you knew that the girl was sick and that she was probably going to die soon. And rather than thinking the sad end was going to be, oh, the girl's going to die, it was, I bet he's going to kill himself.
Well, no. I thought it was going to be both. I thought it was both.
Some Romeo and
Still,
Juliet.
it's like the her dying it wasn't sad
Yes.
enough. You're like, oh, also he's
here's
gonna
the
kill
thing.
himself.
Here's the thing.
He's
I
gonna
have that
jump in front of
theory.
the
I have
child on
that
the train.
theory. I have that theory, and then last episode of the night ends with "Wanna kill yourself with me," and I'm like, "Holy shit, am I right?"
And then the next episode, she's like,
And then in 5 minutes, he's like, "No,
like-
I cannot."
she's
do
like
that."
JK unless eyes emoji.
"Yeah,
No, that does not happen.
no."
No,
I'm glad
it's
it
just-
doesn't. I'm glad it doesn't.
It's just.
I
not-
like to think that he actually has a happy late life now. I think
Probably.
that. All right, so here's my headcanon of what he does with his life after the events of the anime, okay?
Hey, you're a girl. You want some lemonade?
What? No.
Ultimate
All
strat.
right,
You're a girl. Here's some lemonade.
all right, headcanon, you ready?
Worked on her like twice.
The little girl that's the sister of the other piano player.
Yes.
He continues tutoring her.
Mhm.
He continues playing piano, but not in competition. Instead, he starts putting more and more effort into teaching others how to play piano. And he realizes that that's his calling, is to help teach others to play piano.
But he needs to go to school.
Well, yes, he does go to school. He still goes to school. But I'm saying, like, after school, he teaches people how to play piano.
But the performance that he was giving at the end, that was he wanted to win that so he could go to the school he wanted to go to. That was the main driving force behind him doing that
I suppose.
because of the school he's trying to get into.
I suppose.
So he at least goes to school.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying
I think he
dropped
still
out of school.
continues with that school, but I'm
Yeah.
not totally against the idea of him being a teacher.
Yeah, I
that
think
makes
I
sense,
think he
too.
becomes a piano teacher.
Nah, I think that's a little cliche.
Well, then what do you think happens, Matt?
He swoosh. No, the girl, Rob. It's her
girl?
catchphrase. It's her catchphrase.
Oh, is it?
Dustin, you're with me, right?
Not particularly.
Oh, okay. That makes me feel even better.
She says it'd be a cliche. She calls things cliche all the time. That's her
Which-
thing.
Which
Okay,
girl?
I was struggling to understand which part of what you said was supposed to be her catchphrase.
Oh, because she said, yeah, she says it like 5 times.
That may
she'd
be
be
the
like-
case, but I'm not going to remember every single thing that someone says the first time through watching it, man.
Damn. Fake fan.
Matt, it took me like 2 or 3 times to watch Attack on Titan and know who Jean was, alright?
That's why I had you. That's like the main reason I had you guys watch it dubbed.
I mean, I think watching it sub or dub isn't going to make too much of a difference.
I don't know. I feel like
He doesn't
sometimes
remember anyone's name here, so it clearly
don't know.
didn't do much for him.
I was just like, you know what? Maybe if it's in English, there'll be less distractions. Also, you'll
Hey,
be able
solid
to.
theory. I'll give you that
You'll
much.
actually be able to watch it, and won't spend half the time reading it.
When you watch the show normally, do you watch that one dub or sub?
That one I watched dubbed the first time, which is also why I wanted you to do that because that's how I watched it.
Okay.
It was also I think that's mostly just because it was pretty early on before I kind of got used to watching subs.
Okay. And have you since watched it with subs?
I've only ever watched it with dubs just because
Oh, okay, so you've never seen the normal version. Okay.
I've watched the last episode subbed, and I'm like, I like it better the way I know it.
Okay. I was just curious.
Rob, if you realize after the fact that you don't, there's something you haven't brought up yet.
Yeah.
I feel like you're gonna remember it later on. You're gonna be upset that you didn't mention it.
Okay. So mention it.
So I'm just telling you that there's something that I think you're gonna be upset if you don't remember it.
Something about your lie in April?
No.
Is it what
I'm
I
trying
have
to. I'm gonna
typed
help
in
you,
topics channel?
perhaps.
Because I mean, I was just looking at that. I was just about to segue to it.
Okay.
I
I just
don't
wanted to
know
make
if
sure.
that's what.
I just wanted to make sure you remembered it.
Yeah, no, I knew there was something I wanted to talk about that I put in topics. I just couldn't remember what, so I just pulled it up.
It's infuriating.
So,
It's so infuriating.
to go back to Minecraft for a quick sec, one of our friends, Zach, he
Friend of the show.
been on the
Loves cucumber.
podcast. Yeah, he was
Loves
on the
cu-
fruit one, right?
Yeah.
He was also on
Yeah.
the Pub Tropical one. He loves cucumbers. Brother in arms.
Anyways, he was having so many issues getting the mod pack to work. Every time he booted it up, it would immediately crash on him. And so Matt was basically in tech support mode. Matt knows how the mods work better than most of us. And in general, Matt is probably the go-to person to fix an issue like that. And Matt, you probably spent what, like an hour and a half
Just trying everything.
trying everything that you can think of.
Every conceivable thing that has ever gone wrong with
And-
Minecraft Java Edition.
And I mean, I'm listening to you helping him, but I'm not paying too much attention, mostly because I know from experience, if you have like 5 different people telling you different things to do, it can get kind of annoying and be less helpful. And B, I found it unlikely that I was going to think of things that Matt wasn't already thinking of. But eventually I reached a point where I could tell that Matt was basically giving up. And I really wanted Matt to play, or Zach to play with us. So I was like, fuck it, let me listen to the issue. And I don't know, I try to help Zach for like 15 or so minutes, maybe 20. And all of a sudden, when his thing crashes again, I realized something. In this mod pack we're doing is on one of the most recent versions, 1.20.4. And I think it's starting in version 1.20. When you download a new version, when you first boot up Minecraft, instead of going to the main menu, the narrator is on. And it's like, narrator is on. Do you want it off? And you select off, and then you go to the main menu. That was the screen that Zach was crashing on. So I had a crazy theory. What if the issue is his narrator? Sure enough, we tried booting up normal Minecraft. Won't work with that version. We tried booting up his narrator on his computer. It crashes. His whole narrator program is corrupt. And at that point, I think Matt lost his shit.
Because there's no reason that, first of all, the error message that it gave
Yeah, it was not helpful.
was not helpful. I
No.
mean, they're never really helpful, but
Usually they're more helpful
typically
than that, though.
typically they give you a hint, right? And it was talking about rendering. It was like failed to render something. So I'm like, okay, his computer's not rendering something. That sounds like a GPU thing. That's probably either GPU or just running it. It was like something like memory accessed illegal memory location.
Yeah, I
or
think
something.
it was talking about accessing memory out of the heap or something.
Yeah, so it's like,
Which is
so I'm
like, yeah.
okay. So like that just, it sounds like a RAM. It could be a RAM issue. It could be a computer. Like, you know, it's the resources of his computer are not working correctly.
Yeah, because I
like-
remember even when I read that error message, I was like, "Oh, this sounds like a RAM issue. Makes
Yeah,
sense to me."
It doesn't, and nothing would work. I don't know what eldritch god he pissed off to make it so his Microsoft narrator didn't work. But, like, and also it's so stupid that it's Microsoft. It's the same one. You just used Microsoft's narrator. It's just there. And now that Microsoft owns Mojang, they just put it in there to spite me, apparently. It just makes no sense. Also, that's a pre-existing problem. We don't know how long that's existed.
Yep.
It could have been, honestly,
It could have been like that for a year.
It could have been his whenever he installed Windows set up Windows for the first time. It's just there's just no reason that he would ever have used the narrator, so he never would have realized it was a problem until Minecraft forced it upon him.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, when I first opened the game, I got narrator. I'm like, what is this? And I just clicked past it. I didn't even think about it. I'm like, oh, that's weird.
And my favorite thing is that we then spent like half an hour trying to figure out how to like either run a like a software to check and fix the problem of narrator, how to uninstall and reinstall it.
Which you really typically you can't do with like those things that are like pre-baked into your computer.
Yeah, nope, we couldn't do that.
It'd be like trying to reinstall File Explorer. Like you can reset it. There's a way, but nothing that would.
But anyways, finally, I get to the point where I'm like, okay, wait a minute. I know for a fact that in the Minecraft settings, like in the files for the game, your options are stored just as a text document.
Yeah,
like
literally
you can. I think it's literally just options.txt.
Yeah, it's a text document where you can put values, typically just 1 or 0 for true and false. It's
and I know that because I had to access that when I did a little bit of speedrunning in Minecraft. But either way, all of a sudden I'm like, well, if I go into the options here, surely the narrator must be an option here, right? And I check it out, and sure enough, it is. And for me, it was set to false, which made sense. I said, okay. So I told Zach, can you access this file? And he does on his normal vanilla Minecraft. And I said, what's your narrator set to? And it was set to true. I have him change it to false, and next thing we know, his normal Minecraft is working fine. The issue is that for the modded one, the game is crashing before it even generates the options.txt. So, I ended up having to basically send him my options file, and that worked.
And nothing was fixed.
I mean, in a way it was fixed, but like
there was a
loophole.
It's like you know, you get a scratch on your car.
Yeah, it's a duct tape.
If there's a scratch on your car, either you get it fixed or you just color it in with black Sharpie.
Right.
And you can't see this. We can't see the problem anymore. His narrator is still fucked up.
Well, that's why I told Zach. Even after I did that, I said to him, you need to figure out what's going on, because everything that I was seeing online that described the problem vaguely made it sound like something in a Microsoft file got corrupted, which made sense. But it sounded like the issue could spread to other files. And I'm like, you need to get this figured out before it affects something way worse than narrator. I don't know if he actually will do anything about it, but
just color it in. Just color in the scratch. Yeah, it's color in the scratch.
Well, yeah, I don't know though. It was so bizarre. So yeah, either way, I felt like a fucking genius for like the rest of that night.
I don't remember what it is, but I like came into Discord the next day and you were like, I feel so stupid. And I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, I forget what it was. I
It
did
didn't
something
last.
dumb. I did something dumb. I said, oh, I feel so stupid. You were like, yeah, that quickly?
Damn, unfortunate.
I don't even remember what I did that day, but I remember saying that.
I just thought the duality was pretty funny.
Understandable. Oh boy. So Dustin,
What?
I forgot if we had talked about this on the podcast last time because it was a while ago at this point. But congrats on having Sundays off now.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I got converted to regular now. So I get days off and stuff.
Regular.
Yeah.
So Dustin, we're gonna need a schedule, okay?
Okay.
Because you said it's like every Sunday you get off, and then one of the other days you get off, but it like rotates.
Yeah. So 1 week it'll be Sunday and Monday off. Next week it'll be Sunday and Tuesday. After that, Sunday and Wednesday, so on and so forth.
All until Sunday and Saturday, and then it resets.
Yes. And the thing is, I have the weekday, the work week starts on Saturday. So once it gets there, I essentially have a long weekend where I have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off
Okay.
every so often.
So what day do you have off this week?
This is actually a long weekend this week.
So you'll have this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna need to get a schedule so we know what days off you have.
Once I get my own actual route, I can let that be known to you guys.
Cool.
Let me know your
'Cause-
route so I can find you.
Sure.
Also, I think with Dustin having Sundays off, Sunday may be the easiest day to schedule things.
Probably, yeah.
Because that's at least because like if we want to go out to eat with Stanley, I'll have Sundays off, you'll have Sundays off, Stanley will have Sundays off.
I don't have Sundays off.
You don't, but like you can request them off if you know ahead of time.
Yeah.
Doesn't no, what days off does Georgia have? I always forgot.
Friday, Saturday.
Friday, Saturday. Okay. But even still, even if we want to do other days, now that we know, we can like work with your schedule too, Dustin, like plan things out, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I don't always have to bank on trying to ask for that day off ahead of time or hope
Now-
I'll be out on time.
You getting this new route, that doesn't affect your time off for the camping trip, right?
Shouldn't.
Okay.
Depending on, I'm probably just gonna ask for that weekend off anyways, or if I'm lucky,
have
that'll
you
just
not
be
yet?
my long weekend. No, not yet. I'll do it at the end of the month.
Okay.
I don't want to do it so early, and then it comes around, they try to pull like, oh, I forgot, whoopsies, too late now. So
Okay.
I want to try to do like close as possible to not have that happen.
All right. Whatever works for you.
Camping.
We gotta get together and make a plan for what we're doing.
Yeah, we
I
should do that at
gotta-
some point.
I gotta get a tent. I gotta.
I thought you
figure
said
out
you already
how-
got a new one.
No, I gotta get one.
I recommend getting the one that I have.
Link me and I'll buy it with no questions asked.
Sounds good. I will do that at some point. Not this second.
I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do for the podcast.
Do you want to just do what we did last time?
Yeah, I want to see if I can get different mics though. The ones
Okay.
Yeah, those
I thought
mics
were-
ended up messing up.
Yeah, I thought they would work better than but they didn't.
Oh well.
A little off topic now, but another anime thing to talk about. Matt, I caught up on your first favorite anime. Your
Oh,
number one
really? All of
anime.
it?
Yeah.
All of it? All of it?
All of it, yeah. Even the movie.
Oh, wow. What do you think? What's
It's
your
really
first-
good.
See?
I
know
never
what I'm
doubted
talking
it.
about. I know what I'm talking about.
The
So
first,
which anime is this?
oh yeah,
Love is War.
Love is War, yeah.
And how many episodes is it?
including the movie 40, I guess, because they broke up the movie into 4 episodes.
So 36 episodes plus a movie.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
The
I'm
first
gonna watch it then soon.
the first 6 episodes overall, I was like, I mean, it's kind of funny, but I don't know. I don't really see like the big deal about this anime. But then after that, like from there on, it's really hilarious show.
So unlike Your Lie in April, funny, not sad.
Yeah, not sad.
Okay.
I mean, it has sort of sad moments, I guess, but overall, it's a romantic comedy. So
Okay.
Yeah, when you look at like my top 3 anime, it really is like Your Lie in April does stick out.
kind of, yeah.
The
That's
first,
the odd one out.
the other 2 are both comedies. One's an isekai, one's like a rom-com, and then it's just like tearjerker. You'll cry a billion tears, jillion tears. I'm like, that doesn't really belong there, but it does.
If you do end up watching it, Robert,
Yeah.
I would recommend again doing a dub.
Dub.
Because I think specifically you would love the dub, more specifically for the narrator, which Matt isn't a huge fan of, but
Okay.
I have my gripes with the dub narrator, which is weird because I like the guy who does it. I like a lot.
yeah, he's hilarious. He's great.
I might just be stubborn because
No, I mean your thing makes sense, especially if it's your favorite anime.
yeah, I think it's the narrator is the narrator is definitely a different character.
Yeah, it's totally different, which is kind of weird for any show, I think, to do.
Yeah,
but
it's
Mhm.
definitely
Do you want-
very different.
explain it a little bit.
Yeah. So like the main premise of Love is War is that it's like the 2 of them, they're both smart and good at shit, and they both like each other, but they won't admit it. Neither one wants to admit it because admitting it first is like quote unquote losing.
Yeah.
Thus the war part of Love is War. The narrator kind of acts as kind of like not like an announcer of their back
Referee?
and forth, kind of a referee. Doesn't obviously he doesn't like the narrator can't affect it at all, but more of kind of like a caster.
He's
Right.
not the color commentator. He's the analyst.
Yeah.
Okay. He's like the sports now.
He says what's going on. Sometimes instead of them saying what they're thinking, he'll explain what they're thinking. Kind of how convoluted it is.
I'll have you know, Matt. All right. And I think you're gonna laugh and either agree with me and be like, no, okay.
Those are the 2
But
options.
current voice that I'm thinking right now is the Pokemon Battle Revolution announcer. What will he do next?
Not terribly off. The thing about the sub voice,
he is
the original,
considering this.
the original one is that he seems fully invested in it. He kind of has like this like energy of like, if you ever hear like the soccer announce, like the football announcers being like really into it
Yes.
and like being really excited and treating it like it's the most important thing in the world.
Yes.
He kind of has that. He can be quippy. So he can be quippy sometimes, but he treats it like it is genuine, like it is a fierce competition between 2 masterminds. And it makes it feel, and it's a really nice duality or like contrast to it being like 2 teenagers who are just stuck in their own heads about emotions and love and shit, right? At the end of the day, they're both just being stupid, even though how smart they are.
You just both have their first crush. That's all. And you have
Yeah.
a grown man narrating it, treating it like
Like
it's the
it is
greatest
actually a battle.
masterclass in the world.
Yeah, like it is a battle. The dub narrator is much more self-aware of it.
Okay.
he's much more self-aware of, and he jokes a lot more about how like ridiculous it is,
Mm-hmm.
and he just seems more there to be like kind of a quippy kind of a guy.
He's more goofy with it.
Yeah, he's definitely
He's-
goofy.
He's fully aware of
Comments
how
on it
goofy the situation is.
will be
Okay.
really sarcastic about it.
Breaks the fourth wall a bit.
Yeah. And like the thing is, that same narrator is the narrator for another anime where he's the exact same thing,
Yeah.
which I loved.
Oh, okay.
And like I will only watch the dub of that because of him, because he's great. I just
So you
and then
love them in one anime, but not the other.
I think he doesn't fit as well, or it's a lot. He contrasts. They change the narrator's personality changes between sub and dub, which doesn't
Okay.
really happen.
Which makes the fit weird in a specific anime.
Yeah,
Okay.
especially
Despite
where
how
it's
good
one.
he is.
Yeah, especially where like where Love is War is my favorite anime, and I'm like, well, that changes it a lot. I'm sure if I watched it dub first, I wouldn't have that big of a gripe about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely just like I don't like them changing. There is one line from the dub that I really like.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I don't think it doesn't really spoil anything.
I mean, it sounds like this is.
I
an
find it
anime
hard to
where
believe
you
this one line would spoil
Don't have to
anything.
worry too much about.
Do you know what it
spoilers
is?
Anyway, so.
I have no idea, but I just find it hard to believe that.
Yeah,
it
no,
spoil
it's
much
not.
for Robert.
Basically, this
Even
one
if it has a
character.
character's name in it, I'm not going to remember.
Yeah.
Basically, this one character likes another girl,
Mm-hmm.
likes a girl, and he's talking to another girl about it. And she's basically like, well, if it doesn't work out with her, there's always me. And then she says something about don't just don't. How's it go? She refers to herself as his default waifu, just because you have me as your default waifu, and it's really
yeah.
funny.
Yeah. Just because you have me. Don't
It's your-
just because you have me as your default waifu.
it's a really funny line.
Yeah.
Nice.
My favorite is when there's a couple of times with the narrator where you can very clearly hear that he's stepping away from the mic. That's my favorite moment.
It is. Same, dude. Actually,
That's-
same. I
That's
did the
why
same
he's really
thing.
good at that.
I did the same thing. I do the same thing.
Like he just goes, "Oh, come on!" And you can very clearly hear at the very end that he's walking away from the mic.
He definitely is kind of how the audience watches it.
Yeah, that's why it's great. He knows
So
exactly
it
what
sounds
you're
like he's
feeling.
more like audience surrogate more than anything.
Yeah, he's watching it, but he's when they're being ridiculous,
Mm-hmm.
it's like when I'm straight. I'm trying to think of a good example.
I mean, it sounds like it's definitely worth watching. So I'll have to try to watch it, especially when we have an April break next week. Maybe I'll have time to watch it then.
Yeah, definitely. There's one point where someone says, "It's not like Love is War, and whoever confesses first loses." And then
Oh
there
my
he goes,
God.
"Oh man, I guess I have to change the title of the show then."
Doesn't Dragon Ball Z have a narrator like that? Actually,
Yeah, you lost me.
I mean, I haven't watched Dragon Ball Z really, but like from the short clips I've seen, I feel like the narrator is kind of like that. I could be
Oh.
wrong though.
Narrator
Yo,
kind of comes in just to be like, "Here's what you missed last week. Here's what to come next week."
Okay.
In Dragon Ball.
speaking about things that you've seen Love is not Love is War. You've seen Your Lie in April.
Mm-hmm.
You've caught up on that. There was another thing that you two have seen since
Oh yeah,
the previous
Frosty the
episode.
Snowman.
Oh no! Oh no!
That
Oh.
was the funniest thing I've seen in my life.
Mm.
I don't know if I'd be able to handle 2 hours of that.
Yeah, here's the thing.
I'm pretty sure my gut would literally split open if I did.
It was only funny because of how absurd it was. Like,
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, there's not like any crafted jokes in there. It's
Here-
absurd.
yeah, here's the thing, man. Okay, Watching it in my room and only that 2-minute video, yeah, it was the funniest shit in the world. Watching 2 hours of that in a room full of strangers,
Why can't they be?
I
fun?
can tell you right now, I would have felt so awkward being there.
I from experience, I can tell you lose it really. You you get used to it really quickly.
I honestly think being in the room with people would make it easier for me.
Yeah?
I think so. I don't know. Something
I
about
mean-
me being in my room alone watching it is kind of like I'm just sitting here watching it. It's kind
Yeah.
of weird.
Well,
That's-
you're
that's-
right,
yeah.
you're right. But
That's also
like,
why I
that's-
didn't want to. That's why when you were like streaming, I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to stream it over Discord. That feels weird. I'd rather watch it in
Those
a
are different
room.
servers you need to go to for that.
I want to watch it. I prefer watching in a room with 200 other people. How absurd it is. If you guys could have seen George A during that panel, holy shit. I don't think I've ever seen him laugh that hard.
alright, so next year we're all doing that panel.
I hope so.
course.
I am.
You don't have a choice. You're gonna do it.
I think Dustin and I have been sold on going to Anime Boston next year.
Yeah.
Do it, man.
Matt, this is what I need from you, okay? You ready?
Yeah.
I need the definitive list, okay?
Yeah.
10 animes I have to watch before Anime Boston next year.
For like to know what's going on. To
A,
Or,
to
like-
know what's going on, but B, because they are shows that you think we should watch.
Okay, I can come up with. I know a couple. Because it's like there's like the big ones. Basically, what I noticed is that there's
Mhm.
especially in terms of like what they're selling. It's pretty much like they definitely lean heavy into like whatever's popular like that year. Like there was a lot of free run because free run's incredibly popular.
And there was a lot of vending machine, obviously.
There was the one guy.
You did say there was the one guy.
There was one guy dressed as Box though, and I was like, "Holy shit, there he is!"
Yeah, man.
And then it's like I don't know, like the regular anime, the ones everyone likes. And then
When
some-
you
and
say
then some
box,
niche
I'm
shit.
assuming just regular form box.
Yeah,
Okay. You know what would have been a really bold move?
doing a niche one.
Doing Boxa when he was selling the condoms. I forgot. Did Dustin watch Boxa with us?
No, I tried watching it on my own. I wasn't really grasped by it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a shame
I
because
don't know,
that is.
fantasy in itself isn't really a huge thing for me as a
I
genre.
mean, I get that. It's not a big one for me either. But like, I don't know. Boxo does it for me. That might be like number 3 on my favorite anime right now.
That is fucking insane. It's so stupid. Can't get
Oh,
over how
I mean,
dumb
you're
that
right. It
anime
is very stupid, but it's the stupidity of it that I thought was funny.
Yeah, and it's genuinely funny. It's definitely funnier than it has any right to be.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think when I first agreed to watch it with you, my assumption was, oh, we're gonna laugh about how horrible this is.
That's what I thought. When I heard there was an
Like-
isekai where he got reborn as a vending machine.
But like, it's so well done. And they did their research on vending machines.
Well, Japan does have it. Well,
It's absurd.
like trans.
I don't know. I just know it was crazy.
Yeah, do you like trains, Robert?
Do you like trans?
Well,
Do you like do you want to see the greatest anime ever made funded by the Japanese public transportation division or whatever?
yeah.
That's what I keep seeing in the Crunchyroll comments. I don't know
Yeah,
if it's true or
apparently
not.
it's supposed to like celebrate 150 years of Japanese rail.
Yeah,
Huh.
it's an anime coming out right now. I think you should watch it. I think we should
Yeah.
watch it as it
Is it
as it comes out.
Tell me the name of the anime. Is something like getting railed?
No, it's World's End Train
Oh.
because it's kind of like a post-apocalyptic thing where they're riding the train,
Oh.
but not like scary post-apocalyptic. It's like
Dude,
kind of like peaceful.
I don't
Kind of like
know.
we're the only few people left, so everything's kind of chill.
Look, I can't speak on behalf of Japan because I haven't been there. I only have my experience with Boston, okay?
Mhm.
I can speak on behalf of
The
Japan. 'cause I'm not an
Boston
anime fan.
metro system doesn't work currently. So how the fuck is it still running in a post-apocalyptic world?
Well, it's a work of fiction.
Well, it's-
Fair enough.
Do you know
So-
how fiction works?
the Boston, it works.
It barely works, Matt.
It works.
It works,
So
just,
much
you
of it
know,
is
a certain
closed
schedule.
at certain times.
It works.
Even when we
better.
went to use it, it wasn't fully open. Like,
Okay, yeah, things shut down, and it's a little confusing to new people. People use
things
it
are
every
shut down
day.
all the time, though.
People
People
use
use
it
it every day.
People use it every day.
Well, yeah, they use it out of necessity. I understand that. I'm not saying it's completely broken, but I'm saying it has a lot of room for improvement.
Better than New York.
Now that I can believe.
You ever use a New York one?
No, I'm not using the
you?
New York public
I have.
subway.
Oh,
When were you in New York using that?
Every year at Pokemon Society for club,
yeah.
we would go to New York, and every now and again, we would have to use the
The Metro.
whatever they fucking call it, whatever their name for it is.
Uh,
I tried. We did it the first year. I was just a freshman, so I didn't really know what was going on. I didn't have any say in what we did or how we did things. I was just Kazooie in the backpack, and I'm like, this sucks. Boston's way better. And then the next year, we wanted to do something that was far away, and we were trying to figure it out. And I was like, yeah, no, we're not doing this. It's not worth it. And then the next 2 years, I just vetoed any time trying to use it because it sucks. We're trying to figure it out.
hmm.
I think used it like twice that first time, and I'm like, never again.
Okay.
Unless I live in this city and I'm paying $3,500 a rent for a closet, I will not be using this. We'll just walk everywhere. It's a grid. Everything makes sense. You see, they got that part right. They got that part right. Everything is a grid.
Well, that's just how the city was built.
Yeah, they got it right.
Oh,
They
you know,
did a
you're
good
right.
job on that one.
Oh, you're right.
It's not like, oh, hey, it's not fucking Boston.
You know,
Our
Boston
GPSs
sucks.
get confused.
I mean,
Did I ever tell you
Dustin,
guys that I?
Dustin-
Oh.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you guys I went back and I looked at Google Maps and I timed out the route that we took and the route that Rob talked about while we were going there, and I validated myself.
Really?
Yeah,
what
Nice.
the route to the
To Margaritaville.
restaurant?
Margaritaville.
It wasn't the route that I proposed. I forget who said it to me. Someone said it to me when we were walking.
All I know is I
You were
only
kinda
heard
co-signing it.
I only heard one of all the people talking about it was raining while it was raining. There was only one specific alternate route mentioned to me, and it was by Rob the Gamer 115. And I went back and I checked it, and mine, even with the one wrong term I took.
But I'm not the one who's. So I'm trying to. Someone
trying to back away
told
from
me.
this
I
again.
think. No, I'm not trying to back away. Someone, when we were walking, said to me, "Yeah, I think we should have taken that turn." And I literally straight up said to them, "I said, well, don't say anything to Matt because we don't want to."
No,
frustrate
you
that.
see.
I
that's
brought it
not-
up after the fact. Yeah, sure, but
no,
I'm not the one who
because-
came up with that. I don't fucking know my way around Boston.
Yes,
You
you
think
did.
I'm gonna question you?
All I know, I remember exactly what was said and what was referenced. Specifically, what was referenced was the distance, the amount of time that we had been walking versus how long it took us to get from the Commons to the convention center. Insinuating that we had been walking longer to get to that point than we did to the convention center, and that that way would have been shorter. Those were the words that were mentioned. And in my head, I was like, no, that doesn't make sense because there's still distance to go.
But I'm confused.
From
How
there.
long did it take for us to get to the convention center from walking?
Like, how long it took that day or how long Google...
Because like, when we walked to the convention center, it felt like 20 minutes had passed.
No, it's longer than that.
It felt to me like we'd only walked 20 minutes.
It's like 30.
Maybe it was just because it was sunny out and we didn't pay too much attention to how long it was, but
It was not sunny out.
because
It was
in
comparison.
in comparison.
Oh, okay.
Still wrong, but yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, I mean you're right.
I was gonna say, it was
definitely
very
not
cloudy and
sunny,
dark.
but no, you're right. It wasn't sunny. It was raining, but it wasn't nearly as bad. We didn't mind the walk there, but
I know 2 people definitely didn't. Because they just didn't get wet at all somehow, despite being in the front.
True.
We didn't talk about that last time, but that was just crazy. How we were all absolutely drenched, and those 2 didn't have a drop of rain on them somehow.
wait,
Me
who
and
didn't?
Fanning.
Yeah.
Damn,
You
I
could
didn't
see
notice
it
that.
on our clothes that the colors were like, maybe our clothes were a little bit damp, but like we were totally fine. It was
Damn.
insane. I don't know. I don't care. I was validated. I checked my math.
Okay.
Good for you, man.
I checked my math,
proud
and then
of
I
you.
highlight. And then I opened the map in Photoshop and highlighted the 2 routes in case I ever needed to bring it up again
Okay.
Nice.
out of spite and pettiness
You
because I was questioned and I will not have that happen.
will never be questioned again.
I will not.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, Dustin, I was gonna try to boost you up.
Well, you did. It helped. I was trying to get that frame, and I got the last bit.
Hell yeah. Damn.
Going back to animes for a minute, though.
I like animes.
We got to get Dustin to watch Grand Blue.
I was going to. I was going to watch that before Love is War, but I had to get a Disney Plus account, and I didn't want to. And I didn't
What do
feel
you
like
mean?
searching for illegal websites.
Grand Blue's on Disney Plus?
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah, there's a bunch of weird anime there on Disney Plus for some reason. I don't really know why.
That is weird.
So,
I can tell you that we did.
To Love is War.
I can tell you we did not watch it on Disney Plus.
No,
I
we
assumed
watched.
as much.
No, we watched it with Stanley and.
Dustin, I want to watch. I want to watch Grand Blue with you.
Yeah, let's watch Grand Blue.
All right, cool. It's only 12 episodes, real short.
I have Disney Plus, so we can do that.
Didn't we have issues somewhat recently of trying to stream like a service like that?
Yeah,
but
it's
then I
Crunchyroll for your July and April, but he figured it
Yeah.
out.
but I figured it out.
Okay. I'm just saying, are you gonna have issues streaming Disney Plus?
I don't know. I'll try it.
Probably
Yeah.
be the same fix.
Yeah, we could probably do Grand Blue in like 2 or 3 watching sessions.
If we really want to dedicate, we do it in one probably.
That'd be. Let me think here. That'd be
Be
about
a 4-hour thing.
4 to 5 hours,
How long D&D sessions used to be?
dude.
One day we'll start at 7.
Dude, we
Especially
had
once they get off the
sessions
overtime
go.
list.
We had sessions go from 4 hours to 3 hours to 2.5 hours now.
Listen, we'll get there. We'll get back to 7 o'clock. Once we're off the overtime list, I'll work at a normal time. I'll be able to hop on at 7.
Oh, is that part of you getting your regular route?
Yeah, that I can say no to overtime now.
Okay.
I haven't yet, but I will soon.
And then the
Probably.
only issue will be fanning on Mondays.
Well, it's not every Monday, right?
It's
not
been a decent number recently.
Yeah, he tells me like day of or day before.
Well, I think
Yeah,
it's
he doesn't have a
because
set
of his new
schedule.
position.
Yeah, but there are some days that it hasn't been.
Okay.
So I'm saying, as long as I can get back on for 7, there will be days where Fanning won't have that problem.
Yeah, because I think everyone else is fine. So
Real quick, back on Love is War.
What's up?
Matt Ishigami is my goat.
He is the goat, man.
I love that dude.
He's great. I love Ishigami.
His whole thing is that he's what you'd expect to be like the kind of the edgy type in school, like the loner type.
Yeah.
He fits that kind of stereotype, but he just really is a super cool dude. Just based on his morals and stuff, he's just a
like
sick guy.
I don't know if did you see him at all in the earlier episodes?
He's in multiple episodes. I know he's like facing away when they like show the when they show like the student council over the name of the school.
Yeah, there's I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, there's other times where he's there,
Oh, really?
just in the background. They don't even not
I
refer
might
to
have
him.
noticed. I don't remember now though.
I'd have to go back and see where he is. But he's definitely there beforehand. They just don't talk about him.
He hasn't been much important much until now, so we hadn't really talked about him. Oh yeah, and with the sub versus dub thing, it's kind of a typical conversation about like, oh, did you watch the sub version or dub version?
Mhm.
And when I watch an anime, a lot of times, typically when I finish, I typically watch sub, and when I finish, I'll watch like a best of the dub compilation.
No one expects the Kaguya dub. Is that the
Yeah.
video I watched? It's a pretty good video.
It is, but I do that with, like, a lot of anime because I don't know, just find it curious, like what the dubs sound like for a particular anime. And what I've started getting into a habit of for some anime is, since I watched it on Crunchyroll, and I found out you can literally just switch from Japanese to English. Sometimes if there's a specific moment where I'm curious what it sounds like in English, I'll just switch to English real quick, see what it sounds like, then go back to Japanese.
Mhm.
But it happens so often in Love is War that it would just waste so much time going from Japanese to English back to Japanese so many times. So I would do a thing where every time I switched, I would just continue watching in that language.
and then you go back if it
Yes.
happens again.
Yeah. So I would sometimes switch languages like 3 to 5 times in a single episode.
Yeah, that's funny.
Because the dub really is good. The voice actors are all really good in the dub.
Yeah.
So I didn't really mind watching it. I'd say the first season was mostly Japanese. The second season was probably the one where I switched the most. And third season was almost all dub. That's how I watched it.
There's actually one character in Love is War that I think Rob would like because he wouldn't have to remember their name.
Why is their name Rob?
No.
Because they forget to.
Because this character exists for so long. And then at one episode, they're like, and then they just call him like this character's boyfriend. And that's all he is referred to until one episode. And then there's a little blurb on screen that's like, we just never mentioned his name before up until this point.
We just called him so-and-so's boyfriend.
They're like, we
And
just
even
never
after
met.
that moment, they continue to call him so-and-so's boyfriend.
Yeah,
even
they
though
So it's
they
like
learned his
so and
name.
so's boyfriend for the entire show, except for one line where they call him like Keith or whatever.
yeah, basically.
And we could say, you're not going to remember. His name is Tsubasa. At one point, the girlfriend is talking about, it's like, oh, yeah, I went out with Tsubasa the other day. And they're like, who?
Who?
It's like, my boyfriend. And they're like, his name is Tsubasa?
Oh,
That's the
Kashiwagi's
blurb.
boyfriend.
Yeah.
Somewhat
They're also
similar to
great, that
that.
couple.
Yeah.
Somewhat related to that. As you guys know, watch the Pokemon anime.
You
Yeah.
do that.
in the Sun and Moon anime, if you don't know, Ash and his friends basically are staying in this one location the entire anime for the most part. And in the marketplace is this woman who runs like a stall there. And she's in quite a lot of the episodes. And yet it's not until like 90 episodes into the Sun and Moon anime where we learn her name. Finally, we learn her name, and it's literally called out by Meowth, where Team Rocket's like spying on the conversation, and James is like, they learned something about like an Ultra Beast or something, and James is like, wow, I never would have believed it. And Meowth is like, yeah, her name is Macbeth or whatever it is. He's like, yeah, we finally learned it. And James is like, no, not that. They just straight up call it out.
We just never mentioned her name up until now.
Yeah, just never mentioned it.
It's like in D&D where you guys know an NPC, but they never directly ask you what your names are.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, oh wow, they don't. they just don't know.
We get
What's
the feeling
the-
you're trying to kill us in D&D.
I
You,
I mean, I'm trying not
my,
to say much about it.
My
I-
headcanon is that Matt wants the campaign to end before I go to Europe.
if no, I am so the moment.
Hey, I've stayed quiet.
The moment anything bad happens. We're never leveling up this campaign. This is a TPK. He's trying to kill us right now. I'm like, oh my god, shut. What do you mean? The moment and you guys are not all of you.
I mean, I say it as a joke more than
Not all of you. Some of you more than others. Some of you more than others. One of you who's not here right in here the most. The moment there's challenge, the moment that I say, hey, you might be the player characters, but there are people that have been doing this shit way longer than you. Also, sometimes you take on a job that you're not prepared for. Sometimes you lie a little. Sometimes you lie on your application. You have to pay for the price of that. Sometimes life isn't easy. Sometimes life isn't easy for multiple days in a row. And it's like, nothing's ever gonna happen. We're gonna be stuck here forever.
Matt, it sounds like you're projecting.
I'm just saying that there's a I'm saying I spoiled you all. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, you absolutely did.
I'm saying I spoiled you all by having you fight gods and leveling up every 3 sessions.
Here's my one question, Matt. Actually, 2 questions, okay?
Yeah.
With this campaign, A, do you plan on it lasting about as long as the other ones did?
No.
You want it to last, what, longer?
Yeah.
Okay. That explains a lot, then.
I mean, he's been pretty open about that. He kind of playing a long-term game with this.
No, I got that.
There are campaigns in the world that last for 5 years and they never go past level 10. Because there are DMs out there that just refuse to balance past level like 10 because it becomes very difficult.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember hearing some that they had no evidence shown, but they claimed pretty confidently that most campaigns end at level 11.
Yeah, or like 15 the max.
On that
might have
note,
said the
then,
average, yeah.
On that note, then, Matt, here's my second question.
Yeah.
Obviously, things change, and maybe you don't have an answer for me. And if you don't, that's fine. As of now, what level do you see us getting to at the end of this campaign?
Probably At the end of it,
Yeah.
probably the same that we normally end up.
So like around 16,
16,
maybe 17.
Yeah.
Okay. Just curious.
I would just like to say that so far I've found this campaign to be frustrating in a fun way. Like
That's
playing
I
a
will
hard
say
video game
this.
kind of frustrating.
I will say this. With the possible exception of the first campaign, just because of it being the first campaign, I think this is my favorite start to a campaign.
That's good.
I really like the
I've-
guild tier ranking things we have going on. Because that's kind of the story of this, is that all of us joined a guild, and that's kind of where how we're getting all of our missions from. And there's like a
Adventure.
system where you go from
It's
E
much
tier
more
over to S tier.
like it's much more how like guilds tend to work in like anime, where it's like a video game. Like everything is like the Adventurers Guild is much more tiered.
Yeah.
Like you have a rank, you have certain things you can do at that rank. Much more
Mhm.
gamified, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
And I think that's cool.
And what my dear players are seeming to notice is that sometimes there are jobs that are too strong for you, and they are difficult.
Well, to be
be fair-
clear, the job isn't the difficult thing.
Yeah, we should go through the
It's the-
jobs
it's-
somewhat easy.
It's the assholes who are also there who are giving us the problem.
The sessions you unlock by your decisions are difficult. Does that make more sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go fight a monster and give you like, all right, that's easy.
All right, hear me out, Dustin, okay? Because, I mean, me and you, we're 2 out of the 5 players in the party, so, like...
Yeah.
If we put our foot down, then maybe we can get somewhere, okay?
Okay.
If we take a job in the future, okay?
Mhm.
And these 3 fuckers are there when we show up, we just leave.
Just quit.
Just
You know what?
quit, just go back and get a different job, yeah.
Okay, wait. Okay, please explain from your perspective who these 3 fuckers are.
A
Alan Ninja
ninja,
Blevins.
a ninja, a magic user who is so talented she can literally do it in her sleep,
Espresso.
and a fucking psycho
Espresso.
who is running at us with a fucking hammer.
With a
MC
home run
Hammer.
bat. MC Hammer, Ninja Blevins, and Espresso.
and a coffee.
Yeah. So, like, the 3 of them, if they're there, we just leave, because
And-
they're going, because even if we take out and complete the mission that we sought out to, they are going to take the credit for it, or we're going to have to fight them.
Yes. To explain, they are other guild. They're a different guild group. They're C rank, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Compared to our
They've
E
been
rank.
constantly coming in, swooping pretty much the rewards that we're supposed to get from our jobs that we're completing.
I'm going to be
done it.
honest. I'm at the point I'm contemplating just straight up trying to kill them. Like,
There's no reason to kill them.
eh.
Don't be the murder hobo.
Well, I don't think it would be being a murder hobo, Elston.
It would.
Well, if that's
If
that
your
would be a-
character's a murder hobo, then sure.
that.
I'm just saying, killing someone for making you slightly angry is a
I-
murder hobo.
I'm just saying that is something for the DM to decide, and there are things going on that you do not know about.
Would say it is a little bit. It's like
Let me phrase it like this, Matt. If I tried to kill them, would you say that is me being a murder hobo? Knowing what you know about my character.
I don't think it really has anything to do. I think murder hobo typically is more like this innkeeper wouldn't give us a deal, so we're gonna kill him. Or like this shave, they wanted to charge a gold piece to stay here for the night. So instead of trying to barter it down, you kill them. That's kind of more what murder hobo is. would I say that in this situation, murder is your best option, or one that should be considered? I would say, specifically your character, I would say maybe not, because I think you'd be. I think if you really thought about it, you realize it's probably not a very good idea to do that.
No, I know. But the
Like,
want is
imagine if, like, what's the evil team in Mystery Dungeon?
there. Team Skull.
Imagine if, like, they just killed one of them. Just for no other reason, and then that they were an annoying party to have to deal with.
Yeah, I think killing people because you're a sore loser is just weird in my books.
Think of it in terms of Mystery Dungeon and tell me. Think about it. Take some while to stew on it. Think about it in terms of Mystery Dungeon and come back and tell me if it's still something you feel